Yeah. Money on my mind, so I'm too pay. Real out of time, never Kool-Aid, sipping on do say so.
Hello, welcome back to More Talk. I'm your host Cooper Moore, and I'm joined here today by Vincent Genner, aka the year 6 friend, aka the. Wait, did you leave in year 6? No, you left way later.
I left in year 9.
Year 9,
Yeah.
and then where did you go after that?
I went Model Farms.
Model Farms. All right. Well, anyway, we'll talk about it later. But Vince is here today upon request, actually, because he DM'd the Cooper Moore and wanted to be on. So how are you
I
today,
just
mate?
feel like talking, bro.
You just feel like talking?
Yeah, basically.
Well, let's get straight to it then. What is your origin story? Talk to me about you. It's a podcast. I can go for a while.
Like, where do we start?
Okay, let's start with, your influences, maybe, where you grew up and how you became you.
Well, I grew up in Para, and then I lived in an apartment in Para for a bit.
Yep.
And then we moved to the hills, and then I started going John 23rd in year 4.
Yep. That sounds about right.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Bro, it feels like I had so much in my head to talk about. And now that I'm here, it's just gone, bro.
That's okay. It's all good, brother.
But and then left there voluntarily in year 9.
Yeah, well, you voluntarily left in year 9.
Yeah.
And then went to Model Farms.
Yeah, so I went through 3 different schools.
Yeah.
And then went to year 12 at Model Farms
And finished high school there.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about your influences then. Let's just talk about who made you, your parents maybe. Talk a bit because you said you love engineering, you like all this kind of stuff, building stuff and that.
Yeah, that I feel like that a lot of that would have come from my dad.
Yeah.
Because he's been working for a long time now, a lot of woodwork stuff, but I worked with him in the factory from year 7 to year 9, year 10. I'd go in between school holidays, so I worked for 2 weeks. I'd work 8-9 hour days and just learn a bunch of stuff there, and that kind of started it where I wanted to get skills to be able to make stuff, because I don't know, I got a really satisfying feeling out of building things and being able to create whatever I wanted and just have it work. But there's so many things that you need to be able to do that. You can't just go into a shed with no skills and be I want everything. This. Yeah, I'm going to do it. But then you first step.
You're actually an interesting case in my opinion, because I've seen a lot of people, including myself, you either go for the academics or you go for physical, learn from feel and do that kind of stuff, right? Vincent is both in a way. In my opinion, from my experiences of you, your grades are you're a smart person.
Yeah.
You correct me if I'm wrong, but you're good at math, you're good at science, you're good at those kind of things, right?
It was only I say a lot, but it was only things that I was naturally kind of talented at. It was motivation to continue doing that.
Yeah.
Because I remember year 11, 12 when we did business studies and that, and we did, as counterintuitive as it sounds, I did not like engineering studies because of our teacher.
Yeah.
So frustrating. But on business studies, I was kind of pushed to do it. Didn't want to do it.
No.
Wasn't talented at it. And I was no, I can't. But math, English, physics, I loved it, man. It was mad.
What was it about it that made you enjoy it? Was it just the idea of being able to get it right? The idea of being able to get it right, move on, and the growth of it, or what was it?
No, you'd get it right, but it was really fun because I was interested in it.
Yeah, I agree.
And I keep getting mind blanks, bro.
That's all good, bro. It's all good.
But physics was really interesting. Our teacher as well, he was terrific.
Yeah.
And yeah, we were just learning about like fundamental like properties of reality and how it functions and how to quantify things like just through formulas.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It does seem like to me. It does seem like to me. No fucking way. I can't do that shit. I'm not into that. But like, I can understand why you enjoy that because I know from like a younger age, just go like year 6, year 7, like you're kind of like a little bit of an all rounder. Like you were like, you know, you participated at higher levels when it comes to athletics and like that kind of things. And then it also was, you know, academics. Like, you know, when everyone needed to get their math homework done, it was like, Vincent, what's the answer? Like that kind of shit.
But
it was like that where it was, you know, you kind of had a little bit of everything. Now talk to me about your decisions. Graduated high school. What was your decision from there?
I wanted like, we go like again, man.
It's okay.
But yeah, so many people I knew were going to unis and everything, but I wanted to leave in like year 10.
Really?
I already knew I wanted to work with my hands. I didn't want to, I don't know, sit behind a desk or something, or I don't know, I just wanted to create physical things. And
that's fair.
Yeah, bro, I don't know, it keeps happening.
No, it's all good, bro. Okay. So you decided that that's a big decision to make. When you graduate high school, it's like what path you're setting yourself up for and how you wanted to do it. And you were talking to me about this before the podcast, that your parents were trying to push you towards uni.
Yeah.
But you're very adamant about that, about not going to uni.
Yeah. No, because I just had that feeling that I wanted to have these skills to just work on things, man. Like, especially I got a lot of influence from my brother as well. I seen him working on his car all the time when he was in school, even to this day now. Like, he's tricked out his car to go like driving around. He's got the rooftop camper and everything. Helped him like change the suspension on a like 2-inch lift and
all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, like I got a lot of influence off that and started working on my car as well, and then got enjoyment out of it. And I go, I love doing stuff like this. So
it's funny to see, like, in my mind, you know, we go through school and, you know, like a lot of the boys sometimes they just don't enjoy those like kind of math and like science and, you know, each to their own, of course. But then like, I agree. I got my ute and I'm like, oh, bro, I want to do this kind of stuff and do that. And now I'm like trying to learn about how, you know, how to do like electrical wiring and then like how to do suspension and shit.
All the academic stuff ties into that. And if you have that, it makes it, all the academic stuff ties into that. And if you have that, it makes it so much easier to be able to.
I just feel like if I had a teacher who was, I don't know, predict the future and realize that that's what I was actually interested in and put propositions to that, like I feel like everyone would be so much enjoyment out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
So what is your goal? Let's just switch it back and come back to your future, right? You're talking about forward driving and that, right? What interests you about that?
Going into the bush, man.
Going into the bush?
Yeah, just checking lands that no one's been at before, or like not many people have been at before. And just camping there, being away from everything for a bit. You just, I don't know, I get this overwhelming feeling of like, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else, bro. Like when you're sitting around a campfire, you're in the middle of like nowhere, you got a river down the side, just whole bush behind you.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't know. It's just like a good sense of freedom, being able to do what you want. Would
you be an off the grid camper, like as in like multiple weeks off the grid, or is it more of like a?
It would be like, that's a proposition that like
you would think about that.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't know. I need to dabble into it, like, you know, slowly progress myself into it.
Yeah.
Because all my influences never done anything like that. So I got my ute and I'm trying to do these things. It might be like, you know, a stay over one night and that.
Well, that's what you have to start off for. Because if you want to go out for weeks, man, you need facilities for that. You need storage for your food. You need solar panels. You need all your batteries. You need
everything. And what has been your favorite experience when doing these kind of camping trips?
Well, I went out to Lost City with Cooper, Jag. AJ and like all the boys and that, and the view was crazy
Yeah.
there, man. But we got there. It was on a Friday and we all finished work. We probably left like the area around like 4:30. We got there at like 6 and we started going down all these different trails. And we got to the lookout, like the main part. Like we got to this massive like four-wheel driving track that was steep as, and Cooper looked at it.
I can
he's
imagine
"I'm not
Darlo
taking
like,
the ute
fuck
down
that,
there,
not
bro."
happening.
And then I was like, we could just camp here. And then Jag was like, nah, like we seen photos of the spot that we were meant to go to before, and no like satellite or anything. And we were like, we don't know how to get there, man. And I was like, do we just camp here? And Jag was like, nah.
Let's go.
We have to go to this spot. Like, we have to go through here. And I was like, all right, before the sun goes down. And then we drove through this trail, and we got there, and we pulled out this corner out of the bushes, and it was just boom, the whole thing just opened up, and the sun was coming down. And it's moments like that just make you want to like go straight back out as soon as you get back home.
Really?
So.
Yeah. Because I'm still. What are your like advice for like beginners? Like, for example, me, right? I want to try and do this kind of stuff, but like I've never done anything like. I've got no influence. What are some things that you've done when you was beginning that sparked you to keep trying, keep going?
It was just breaking the seal.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to do it. Like, I was in the same boat you are, where it was like, I wanted to do it and I wanted to experience it. But I got like a Subaru Impreza. Like, I'm not taking
exactly. You can't
going down trails and that. But, yeah, nah, it was like a week or two before Lost City. I went with my brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I went out with my brother, and he had this app called Hip Camp or something.
Okay.
It's like people, they have their own private property, and like they have acreage somewhere, and there's a bunch of property owners on this, and you give them like $20-$30 and you get like the whole
Access
place
to
just to go there. Because I don't know, majority of like national parks and that, you got to like pay or book. It's kind of same thing.
That's all right.
But yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know, in my mind, going to like a place where you don't pay for, just in the middle of the bush, that would be like the dream to do, to not have to communicate with anyone, just leave and go and camp somewhere.
Yeah.
But you don't know like whose land you're on, this and that, and like, I don't
There's so
know.
many different things.
But yeah, no, I'd sooner do that, just be able to leave and go camp somewhere. But
Is that a problem that you have to like really plan out these kind of trips because there's so much underlying effect?
Yeah, well, that's like before I started going out, it was, yeah, okay, let's just get the car set up and just drive.
Yeah.
All right, where are we going?
And now,
I don't know, bro. Like,
what-
we didn't know where we were going, and then you just go on this, like, I don't know, there's kind of losing track of what I'm saying right now, eh?
So when you go like talk to Darlo, right, and you're like, hey, I want to go camping, right?
Mm.
Do you have to worry like about these permits and shit when you have to go camping? Is that like a big worry? Or like, is that just like a big expense that you don't really want to have to do?
That's the thing. I like don't know whether it's a big worry, because I've never been like in trouble for doing it or anything. I'm sure you could probably just go out and just camp somewhere and be
course.
sweet, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just that thing in the back of your head, like, oh, should I be here, or like, yeah. But I'm sure if you go out far enough, like, no one will care.
Now, what is a couple of things that you see that are completely worthless when it comes to forward driving? Like, you know, you see all people with all the accessories and everything. What is all the accessories that actually don't do shit? There's no point. Or it's a waste of money. If you can think of anything.
I don't know. Like, when you're out there, anything's better than nothing,
Yeah.
eh? But what would be bad for you?
Yeah. Because I'm seeing like,
You know what? Don't think I'm like more experienced than you. I've been out on like,
No, I know, but I want to know. It's more about opinion. It's more about like, what you think. Because I see all these like, glammed up utes, like, new Hiluxes,
Yeah.
new Rangers,
right front of
awnings,
them. Oh,
bull
one's
bar,
so bad.
bash plates, all this kind of stuff, right? They look like they haven't been scratched one bit. That's why I don't like. I'd rather get an older Hilux modded up
Yeah, like secondhand and that.
and be able to actually, okay, I bumped into a tree. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's why I do not like. I don't like the people who have the very brand new and with all the off-roading stuff, but don't actually use it. Do you agree or no?
Yeah, well, I do agree. There's no point in doing it up,
Yeah.
but I don't know. It might just be good for all drivers, not crash, man.
You know what? You got me there. You got me there. You got me there.
Nah, 'cause my brother, he got it was a 2020 Ranger, like from the shop floor, man.
Yeah.
And he went out camping with his missus, and they were going down trails and that. And he slammed like the side panel on a rock and just dented the whole thing in.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, like that's the feeling you think you get. But I was kind of surprised. He was like, oh,
It is what it is.
yeah, it happens.
All right, we're gonna switch it.
Mm.
Music career.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. Where did it start?
Year 6.
Year 6.
On GarageBand.
And where has it developed to?
It's developed to making music on like an $1,100 program with like,
Wow.
got the keyboards, I got all this other stuff. And I didn't even spend the money on that, man. I went to a party in Oberon with it was one of my dad's mates. Like, it was my dad's mate's 50th and his son's 21st. So it was like a conjoined
big
party.
party.
Yeah, it was like pretty big. They had a massive bonfire. And I was sitting around the bonfire with a speaker and I was playing this song, and then this guy came over and then he was like, oh, I know this song. It was Midnight Mischief by, I forget the artist's name now. But yeah, it's a really good song. And then he came over and he's like, oh, like, just started talking about the song and that. And then he was like, started spitting bars and that. And then I was like, oh, do you do music and that? He's like, yeah, I do like a bit of rapping. And then, yeah, we kept talking. And then I met all his mates and that. And then, I don't know, a few hours later, he like told me, he was like, oh, my brother has this license for Ableton Live. It's like, I was like, bro, that's like $1,000, man.
That's big time.
It's like, he doesn't use dollars, man.
That's big time.
It's like, he doesn't use it. I just have the login and everything is my password, bro. I went on there and yeah, no, he was like, oh, just make some like beats for us and that. And then like, we're sweet. And I feel like if it wasn't for that, if it wasn't for him offering me that, I probably wouldn't have kept doing that. Like,
because it would have been a lot more.
Yeah, I had like
effort.
the light version of Ableton, so it was like not the full thing. And yeah, no, but after I got that, I like had the tools to just keep learning.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of irritating because when you have interest in so many different things, you can't really devote all your attention to this one thing, because especially when you're working after school, like you work like 8 hours a day, get back home at like 4:30. What are you going to do with those 4 hours before you go to bed?
Like,
You're going to work on your car and then make some music and then do this and that. Like, yeah.
That would be, it is a hard balance, I think, because people who don't have interests, in my mind, they have a very calm life. They go to work or they go to uni, they do their whatever, and then they go to bed.
Yeah, but
Like
what's the meaning in that?
What's the point? Like they go to uni and then they go, all right, I'm just gonna watch Mandalorian, and then they go to bed. I'm like, okay, but like, I feel like you always need to keep doing something to try and keep your skills up.
Yeah,
like,
or just do things that you're interested in, and that, I don't know. To be honest with you, people like that who can just work and go home, watch some Netflix, and go to sleep and be fully happy and content with their life. Good on you, bro.
100%.
You're happy, but if you're interested in something and you're holding yourself back from it, which everyone does, including myself, like,
it's all about
sometimes procrastination bites you in the ass, and then, but the only thing that annoys me with that is when, like, I get annoyed at myself, like, oh, why aren't I better at this? I know why I'm not better at this. You didn't tackle it with 100%, but you see, like, I don't know. You have to be real with yourself sometimes and think, like, I could be doing better at the thing I love, but
like, stop making excuses. Like, you could be doing it right now if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
What got you into music? Was it just, music class, or was it just like,
I couldn't even tell you.
Was there a light bulb moment, or was there like a? Because I think everyone was like, "Oh, I want to be a DJ" after like making a garage loop.
Yeah,
and like you think it sounds like really cool.
Yeah, no, well, that's where it started, I think. But I think it was like a combination of a lot of different little things.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it was. I remember in like year 6 or year 5, we had like our laptops and that, but on the school internet, they had like restricted Wi-Fi or something. You couldn't listen to the music. And we get these little Chrome extensions, and you could have like a media player with like explicit music, man. And
I remember that. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, how are you listening to that?"
Yeah.
I got a Chrome extended nowhere, bro.
Yeah, no, and around that time I started getting like really inspired from like hip hop, I guess, and different genres, and
Yeah.
I don't know, it made me feel good listening to it. So why can't I make some?
Yeah.
And then like for the first few years, trash.
But like that's just
Yeah, well, that's where you got to start.
100%. And
Yeah.
now, like, what was I? I was on SoundCloud, right? And I don't know why. I think I was looking up some parody or something. Looked up, and I still followed you from when a long time I followed you on SoundCloud. And I'm like, bro, he's actually what? There's still more music.
Yeah.
I was expecting like I think the last time I saw it was like 3 singles or something, and then it just kept
Oh, that was
going
with,
and going and going.
That was with Seb and Ralph. Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm gonna find them, and I kept going. I'm like, oh, he's actually like, he's still going, and they don't sound like Year 6 Garage. They actually sound like
I haven't put some on there for a long time. Not like a long time, probably like 6 months or something.
Is there a goal with that, with your music?
It's weird, man, because inspiration comes like, I don't know, when you don't expect it.
Yeah.
And you can have the intention of going home and saying, oh, I'm going to make a beat. This is the idea I have for it, this, that. And you can get there and it just doesn't work, man. The blocks just don't work. And then there's other times where 5 minutes before you open your laptop, you don't even think you're going to be doing it, but then you do, and it just, everything fits in place and it sounds mad.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the thing with it. Like, yeah, but people get really good at it when you keep trying, even though it's not working.
Yeah.
Like just finishing the beat. Because majority of the time, if I get like halfway through a beat, I'm not feeling it, I'll just stop. But majority of the best artists, they just say finish it.
Yeah.
Just finish it, because even if it doesn't sound good, you don't have a good final product, you learn.
Yeah. You make a mistake, you learn from that.
Yeah.
You make a mistake, you learn from that.
Yeah.
Now let's go back to your origin story a bit, okay? So John the 23rd, you finished John the 23rd, you moved to Model Farms. Now, during that time, what were your, I want to say goals? Like when you were in high school, year 10, I know you said you wanted to leave. What made you stay?
It was the interest in like the subjects that I did like.
Really?
But and parents as well. But yeah, it was a bit of half and half. Like I did enjoy my time at school, like with people and everything, and just being in that environment, still being young and don't really have those like responsibilities. So
yeah.
I don't know, I guess I was kind of just sitting in it, just soaking it in, enjoying it. So
it was self-led why you wanted to continue your high school. I mean, of course, influenced by parents, but you still wanted to because of your teachers and stuff.
Yeah.
And you don't have to say your mark or anything, right? But were you happy with your HSC? Your results, your ATAR? You were happy with that?
I wouldn't. In business studies, I didn't even do the extended response. I left it like an hour early, like as early as you could in the test. But yeah, no. In physics, I got like top 6 in course for the assessment, and like I think for my maths one, the percentage was above 95, definitely. Yeah. But yeah, no, just the subjects I wasn't interested in or didn't have that natural talent in. I was like, oh.
So, when you really talk about having an interest, and like being motivated and shit, right? Is it self-motivated when it comes to the topic, or is it the people who are with you in that time? Like,
It's majority of the time it's self-motivated, but having people who are pushing you helps with anything.
So do you think business studies you would have appreciated if you had a different influence of teachers? Or was it still like...
Nah, not really.
Why did you take business studies? Parents?
Yeah.
My brother had the same thing. My parents thought, you know what? Let's put our son through business studies. That's going to make him want to, learn about business and money. Yeah. It's not.
I'm not denying, like, there's no use to it. Like, there definitely is, and I could see why parents would push their kids to do that, because they want to see them have a better life when they're older and have it easier. But
if it's not for you, it's not for you.
Yeah,
like,
I guess so.
How can you judge it? So you very heavily have that self-motivation to keep doing certain things you enjoy.
To a degree, yeah.
So what do you enjoy in life? If you could only have if you could only do 3 things in this world, what would you do? They don't have to be super specific, but like, would it be like make music, fix cars, build shit?
Yeah, you nailed it, bro. Yeah, just kicking it with friends. Yeah, no, I love being around people.
Yeah. Why those aspects, do they give you like happiness in terms of like joy, or like do they make you calm? Because like people value their like hobbies because it makes them like think, but also it doesn't stress them out.
Yeah, well, I feel like when I am doing things I love, I'm getting that calm joy and feeling content.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, like the end goal for life, I guess, would be able to have all those creative outlets at my disposal.
Yeah. Dream.
Yeah.
Your dream goal. Whatever it was. What is it?
I want, this is like when I've hit 50, hopefully have a wife and kids and a family that loves me. I want to be on property and I want to have a big shed.
You're fucking, yeah, I agree.
No, what's that face for?
No, like that's my goal.
It is, bro.
That's literally
I feel like it's like majority of men's goals just to
have a fucking big shed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, you could just go in there and make what you want.
Yeah.
But I feel like if I did get what I wanted and I had the whole shed, I would walk in there and I'd be like, oh, what am I gonna make?
Yeah,
you get the whole thing, you work your ass off your whole life, this, that, and then you get to the end goal and you're like,
what am I gonna make?
Yeah.
Now, what? Okay, you have your shed, right? You're in there, and you know, kids are dropped off to school. You have your day off, right? Now, what do you want to be working on? Do you be like, you know, a woodworker, like making like,
I want to
outdoor
build
stuff or cars?
like mechanical stuff. Mechanical stuff.
Yeah.
Like a little buggy or something, and have like full independent suspension on it. Have full,
drive it around the property.
Full drive. But I want to build from scratch.
Yeah.
Like I want to get all the raw materials, all the tubing and everything. I need like press brakes to bend it and work it all out on paper, and then build it and just watch it come together over the span of like.
Your excitement of just talking about it shows me how much like energy you get from like building and shit.
Yeah, it's because there's so much that goes into it.
Yeah.
And to be able to, like, if I was standing there in front of a finished product that I know I devoted so much time into, and
the reward,
and so much
feeling.
thought into it, the reward would just be standing there and looking at it, and then the bonus on top would be hopping in it and ripping it around a paddock, man. Yeah, and then finish my day, go back home, turn the lights off, get it dim, make some beats.
Happy days.
Indoor boxing ring.
Now, well, let's mention that. That's a good link. You're talking about during this little break. You're talking about fighting or MMA or all this kind of stuff. Talk to me about talk to me about like a description of what you do, and then we're talking about, you know, origins and stuff. So what do you actually do?
What, in terms of like?
In terms of like what kind of art of fighting do you actually practice, and like what have you done with it?
Oh, it's like I started going to the UFC gym in Castle Hill.
Yeah.
And before I went there, I feel like there was a stigma attached to it where it's like, oh, like, it's a bit how you going. But then I got there and the people were so nice. Like, I made a bunch of friends there when I first got there. And like people from different places, I started meeting there from like way back, and then we talk, and then before you know it, you're working out with them. But the thing there was, you could train whatever you wanted. If you wanted to do wrestling, cool, come at 6. There's a class of wrestling there. It happens Tuesday, Thursday, and you go on your phone, you get the app or whatever, and they just have all these different classes. You want to do boxing conditioning, you want to do Muay Thai, you want to do jiu-jitsu, all this other stuff. But yeah, I just dipped my whole body into it, man, and started going to all these different ones, and I was really enjoying it. But the thing that gave me the most satisfaction was boxing.
Yeah.
Because you just could get your impulses out really quickly, and you didn't have to think about it that much until you get into like sparring and that, but then you kind of have to start thinking. Yeah. But it was a really fun sport, and I'm so glad I got into it. But I actually stopped going there like a month ago because I'm planning to go to Fight Right at Blacktown,
Okay.
but just I feel like the gym there was very commercial. But just I feel like the gym there was very commercial at UFC,
Yeah.
and I wanted to get into a gym that's more focused there. Because at the UFC gym, there's a lot of people there who aren't training fighting. They're just going there for
Fitness.
yeah and everything, which is all well and good. But if I want to learn fighting, I want to learn fighting and be in an environment where that's the focus.
So you like almost UFC gym did its purpose. It like, you know, got you into the front door of like actually fighting, not just street balls, like actually like, you know, how you do shit. And then now you've trying to get yourself to a proper place with it.
Yeah. And not to say there's like, you can't advance in there, because they had full fight teams there, like people, like you would spar with people who were training to go into an actual fight.
Yeah.
Like a few weeks later.
Yeah.
And yeah, they would go hard, man. But like the Sunday sessions, when you go there, the whole fight team would be there, and it was just sparring for like an hour, and then majority of them just keep going after the session's over. But yeah, man, that way you'd get the craziest workout. And I feel like I use the gym at home and that, but when you don't have someone there yelling at you, being like, do it, or you got someone trying to punch you, you have to get out the way. You can't get tired and go, oh no.
I'm actually good. I don't want to do it anymore.
Like working out till failure. I feel like I only get that when there's someone chasing you or someone yelling at you, telling you to do something.
Yeah. What made you want to do this?
I was very into like watching the fights and everything, whether it be boxing or like I watch a lot of the UFC like fight nights and some of the pay-per-view stuff. But yeah, I just wanted to know what the feeling was like.
Yeah.
And see whether it was as enjoyable to participate in as it was to watch it.
Yeah.
Which it was more enjoyable to participate in it than watch it.
Is there a sense of like, fuck, I'm about to get punched in the face?
Yeah, of course. But the key to getting better at it is not having that feeling.
Okay. So you almost have to get punched in the face just to understand it, and
just
then
to not be
move on.
scared of getting punched in the head. Because if you're really afraid of getting hit in the head, you're gonna overreact. You're gonna swing your head right out of the way, which like
that's gonna make you get hit in the head even more.
Yeah, I remember it was like maybe 2 months after I started going there. I thought it would be a good idea to do a sparring session with one of the guys who were like training for fighting. He didn't show much mercy on me.
That's good.
But yeah, that was one of the like things that happened to me there that I was like, this was pretty bad. This doesn't happen very often. So then when I got into sparring, when it wasn't with like crazy like skilled people, it was this feeling of just like relaxation, where you weren't that worried. You could just zone in and just focus on what you had to do. Yeah. Because when I did like spar with that guy, I remember the thing I learned from that is like when people were throwing punches and everything, I would always duck with my head down. Man. But after that, I learned it was all in the knees and keeping your torso upright, so you can always like see where you're punching and where punches are coming from. Because I looked down, man, and he just uppercutted me in the head, man, and my head like slammed back into the fence.
I actually never thought about that.
Don't look down.
Because I'm thinking, you just duck your head. But if you see you duck your head, his eyes are here, your eyes are down here.
Yeah.
You're just right up there.
Yeah, literally.
So when you walked into this UFC gym, right? I feel like that'd be very daunting. I feel like
it was a little bit.
You're like going to walk in there and you're expected to be able to knock people. Like,
not
you walk
really.
in there and it's like, bam, straight away, you're in the gym now.
Yeah.
Is there a feeling like that, or is it just like sometimes like exercise equipment and like some body?
Oh, it is. There's a lot of people who just go there just to lift weights and everything. Like, yeah, there would be people who would just like lift weights in a fighting gym and do no fighting, which is like, I don't know. It was a bit more like added that chillness to it, where it wasn't like this is what you have to do. It's fighting all the time, like, but it was a really good stepping stone for me, because I could get in there and then not, I don't know, like have to
do anything.
Yeah. But then once I did get used to it and I was enjoying it and I knew what it was, that's when I had that thought not too long ago, where like, oh, I should probably go to a place that is just focused on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Like I did rugby before that. I did rugby before that, and I got injured a few times there, and I was like, oh, I don't want to get injured again.
And so now I'm going to pick up
What?
boxing.
Yeah. What sport do you not get injured in? Let's fight people, bro.
All right, well then let's talk about rugby then. I feel like you were always a rugby person, weren't you? Like you.
I always played rugby. I never watched it. I never
Really?
watched. Yeah, like I'd watch like games, like it was family over, like
Yeah,
at
but
a
you
mate's
don't-
house, but not by choice. I wouldn't go watch like a rugby game or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I've been to them with like family and that, like watched them in the stadiums and that. It's like good fun, but it's nothing I'd like go out of my way
Yeah. Okay.
for.
Is this family? That why you wanted to? Sorry, is it family influence to reasons why you wanted to play rugby? Like when you started young, did your parents like, yeah, let's sign up?
Yeah,
because
I started playing rugby the same year that I went to John 23rd. So
U5, whatever it was. Yeah.
yeah, it was 2014. So we moved from Paramu in the hills area, and then like new house, new school,
Everything.
yeah, new sport, everything. Because I played soccer for like 6 years before that for Ermington United.
Yeah.
In like around Dundas, and now when we moved, it was like, oh, you got to do a sport. Like, what are you gonna do? Yeah, and then okay, we'll do some rugby, and then just kept playing, enjoyed it,
Yeah.
had fun with all the like boys there. It was a good team, but yeah, no, I'm glad I did it.
Yeah. And then rugby went to fighting. Actually, here's one thing I think we're missing. Like, were you ever interested in athletics, or were you just fucking fast?
I was just fucking fast, man.
Because like,
I was running from something.
because from my experience with Vincent, it's just like he's just like you see those things videos. It's like oh my god, it's the fastest kid in the grade, like that, right? Like Vincent was that kind of. It was like
It's because I had nothing to carry, bro. My legs were like 2/3 of my body weight, bro. So
so that was just natural. It wasn't like you
Yeah.
competed. You just could run.
yeah.
Yeah, and then that just translated through every other sport.
Yeah, well, again, like even from the academic stuff into the athletic stuff, if it was something that I started and I had that little bit of an upper hand and I like enjoyed it, I just keep doing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the thing with athletics. I didn't like train or anything. I mean, cross country, my training was like, oh, do 2 runs a week before.
Yeah, you
And
just
just
so you can understand,
yeah, like what what you're in for, but it wasn't like the whole year. Oh, I'm gonna run 3 times a week and get up at 4 a.m. Nah. But
That's fair.
nah.
So when you said you move into another gym for fighting, is it boxing or is it going to be a mix of anything, or is it just a boxing
it's MMA, I think.
gym? MMA still.
But I haven't looked into it like crazy, but Muay Thai, like wrestling, I think, jiu-jitsu, they do all the mixed martial arts. So mixed martial arts is like just the culmination of all the different styles of fighting together.
Yeah.
But
Is it like a soccer team where it's just like you compete every couple of weeks, or is it just like practicing until professional?
You can't compete every couple of weeks, man.
No.
You'd
Talk to
you'd
me
end
about,
up in the hospital or something.
yeah, true, get bashed in the head every
Yeah. No, like a fighter's career is crazy compared to like majority of other sports, because you think about soccer teams and everything, they can play every weekend and recover the day after. They can play like 2 days, 3 days, 4 days in a row and just keep going. But when you get hurt, you need like months to recover, and you hear about injuries and everything of fighters and that.
Horrible.
Breaking shins and all these other sorts of bones, and then they have to come back like a year, 2 years later.
That's ridiculous.
So
you yourself, right? You could, if you trained at your gym and everything, right? What is your next step afterwards?
That's something I've been thinking about because I don't think I want to compete.
So when it comes to competing, do you have to get paid for it, or can you decide on what, like, oh, I just want to fight somebody today, compete? Or is it like, you know, because there's a bunch of, not UFC itself, there's a bunch of like other clubs of that.
Yeah, like you have what's the name of it? The Fight One or forget it. But yeah, there's a lot of different organizations that host fights and everything. Like one of the trainers, Shane at UFC, he's going to Brisbane or Adelaide, I think, like in a month.
Yeah.
Or maybe less to go do a fight. And yeah, like there's a lot of places and venues in Australia, even just like small, not bars, but places where they hold like
They can
events,
hold a
like
venue.
function places and that, where they host like fights of people. And yeah, like some of the boys at like the UFC gym, they train for like 2-3 years, and then you can go and compete at one of these places. But yeah, there is that option or pathway to go through there, but I haven't looked into it that much because
You don't know what you.
yeah,
It's like what you said. Like you have so many interests, you don't know. It's hard to keep in track of all of them.
even if I did get into that and I won a fight, I don't think it'd be worth the risk of
Exactly right.
yeah.
Like you're getting punched in the face. Like that fucks up your brain, bro. Like imagine having to do that multiple times, like in your lifetime.
That's
painful.
yeah. That's why I enjoy just sparring, and
Yeah.
you don't see the devil in the other person's eyes when they're trying to get this win. But yeah, no, you're just doing it for fun. So I'm just trying to extract like the goodness I can get out of it without all the bad stuff like injuries and that. So yeah, it's just a good fun pastime that keeps you fit.
We're gonna move off from UFC. Let's go to video games. Okay. Favorite video game all time right now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Fallout 4.
Fallout 4. What one's that one again? Oh,
Of all time.
Is that? I remember you. Was it year 6 we used to play that?
Yeah,
No.
I haven't played it for a long time, but
That was it. All time.
that's probably one of the games I spent the most time on.
What was interesting about it to you?
It was like a RPG.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was, I don't know, you just have to like get all your resources and everything, and then you can like go start settlements and like make a base, and then like get some more like guns and that, and then store your stuff. You can build like mad buildings and factories and stuff, and then you build some more guns. You like go and raid a place with like all your mates and that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, there's a lot of different like games that I did enjoy when I was younger, but my PS4 shit itself like last week or like 2 weeks ago. We were at Jewel and me and Jag wanted to play some UFC, the game, the actual game.
Talk to me about it.
Oh, I got into that hard like 5 months ago or something.
Yeah.
I started I played it here and there with like Jag, but Jag pumps me every time. Like whenever we play, I just get knocked out, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, my brother got it, and now like whenever I go see my siblings or anything, we'll always just have like a match or two on UFC, and it's just I don't know, it's really exciting doing it.
I think what makes it amazing is that, you know, if you have all the sound effects and volume on, when you get like a proper head kick, like when it goes, the whole fucking screen just fucking shakes, and then you hear Joe Rogan go, "That's gonna leave a mark," and then it's just like, he may be done for, and then it's just like that. It gives you that little bit of adrenaline, like that. I enjoy those types of games.
But I like it's like the competitive thing that makes it like really exciting. Like when you can slip under someone's punch and uppercut them, and they're right next to you, and you're like, yeah, bro, you can't do that to me. Then you just take the win.
So, what is your favorite types of games when you're with your friends besides UFC? Like, what are your favorite types of games?
Oh, Dirt Rally.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Dirt Rally? Like it's not even like split screen or anything. You just do a time trial, and whoever can get down the track the quickest is the winner.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's 100% of your focus.
Why
like you don't think about anything else. All goes away.
Television.
Yeah, basically.
Why do you like these video games? Like, really think about it. Why do you like it? He's gonna come up with a good answer if he's really thinking
No, I
about
am
it.
thinking about it, but Yeah, it is to do with that tunnel vision that you get when you're playing it, and it's just when you're nailing like whatever you're doing in the game, whether it's UFC and you can get that perfect combo and your timing's right, or you're playing rally and he goes 4 left, 2 right, and you just hit the corner perfect and you go around. And after like accomplishing that and getting it because you focused on it and getting that end result because you put in that effort, it's just satisfying. Even if it's on a TV and you didn't accomplish anything, you get that feeling of like, oh, okay, I did something, even though I didn't do anything. Like,
what's the purpose of life? Let's throw it in there.
fucking hell.
I wanted to see.
I'm Vincent, bro. I'm not Jesus.
Well, talk to me. What is the purpose? Think about it.
The purpose is whatever you give it.
Ooh, I don't mind that.
Yeah, well, you don't have meaning in life if you don't like give it meaning.
Yeah, okay. So if you were to die right now, actually, wake up. I've better rephrase this. What would you need to do? What would you need to do to feel accomplished before you were to peacefully go away? What would you need to do to before you? Is it like I need to be, I need one of my records to go platinum. I don't even know if that's the thing anymore. Or I want to play sport professionally. Or I just want to have a family. What is it, the little kick? If you can make a list.
Like we were talking about, like all the interests and everything, whether it be music, fighting, or like working on stuff, building things, I want to be able to look back on something I've done. Because right now, at this point in my life, I can't really look back and be like, I really put in like my whole body, heart and soul into it, and I got the results that I wanted. Like,
yeah,
I don't feel like I can really say that. Like, I've given things a crack, but it's not really like fully consistent, or like it hasn't been over like an extended period of time, but
it's hard to do those kind of things.
Yeah, well, that's why it's so rewarding at the end. And and that's what makes it so like get that feeling of content, is because it's so hard and you're forcing yourself to like go through it.
I feel like if you were told, or you could somehow knew that, like, Vincent, your purpose, the thing that's going to make you feel accomplished, is to do this thing, you would go, fuck it, and do it. But the problem is that you don't know what that thing is.
Yeah.
So it's like, you don't know if you put 110% effort in there and you accomplish it, is that really what's going to make you happy? It's that feeling like you don't know. So
what's the alternative to that? Put 0% into nothing.
Or put 10% into a bunch of different things that are not going to work at all.
Yeah.
It's just, I agree with you saying you want something that holds value at the end of it that no one else has, or no one else did. It's your value.
Oh, I would feel fully content in doing something that someone else has done before that has been so hard and that they had to struggle through to get to as well.
Yeah.
But just the act of doing it, and yeah.
All right, well, we're going to move off this philosophical adventure.
Very tangential conversation.
All right. So, Vincent, one of my favorite, I'm actually not going to say favorite because I was really pissed off back then, when we used to compete on our YouTube channels.
Yeah.
Back in year 6. That was like the prime, like, I still talk about this stuff. Where, like, you wanted to do something to be with the boys, like, make a YouTube channel and then make, like, GTA vids or whatever.
Yeah.
And, like, I didn't do that. I made stop motion shit.
Yeah.
And Vincent, at a young age, was very good at video editing.
I was a bit of a shithead.
A bit of a mischievous. We're not going to mention exactly what we do because there's no evidence of it anymore.
It's gone.
It's gone, sure so we don't know where it is anymore. But why did you want to do that? Sorry, let me rephrase this. What made you happy about video editing? Or was it just for the gag, or was it just,
I don't know. I feel like I enjoyed making something that someone would spend their time watching.
That's cool.
And I feel like the other half of that is probably like being competitive.
Yeah. Oh, it was purely very
Yeah, bro.
competitive.
If it wasn't for everyone else making like YouTube videos and that, I wouldn't have tried at all, bro. I just went, okay, I don't care.
I mean, like,
But
we're like,
everyone else did it, and like whether it's like cross country or something, I feel like that as well. I only wanted to do it so I could just beat people, bro. Like if no one else was competing and I was getting a time, I wouldn't have done it. But yeah, same thing with that. Other people made videos.
I agree with that because in that space we had like everyone who was trying to make a YouTube video, and like we only all of us had like, you know, maybe like 35 to like 40 subscribers, and then, you know, someone hit 70, and we're like, fuck, I'm gonna hit 70, and then someone made 100, someone made 100 fake accounts to subscribe to.
Yeah,
someone.
see, competitive. I just got the edge, man. Fake accounts. Look, I got 100 subs. I'm the king now. Oh.
It was that competitive nature, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Now, is that something you might want to bring back?
What, competitive nature?
Oh, making vids.
Oh, well, that's part of like why I'm here right now.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Cooper told you when he was on here, but he's started like, I think he's got like maybe like 4 or 5, maybe 6 like finished videos.
Sean Hagen. Oh, no, Darlo. Yeah. And he hasn't posted them.
No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. He hasn't.
No, he hasn't.
We've gone on like we made a whole video of that Lost City trip when we went camping.
That would be good.
We made a full video out of that. We did one where we went in the city. I think it was like one of the nights we went to the Ivy or something. Like do you remember that what was it? It was like that bondage like pride thing that was painted on a wall, and then like some people threw like paint over it. It was in the city. It was like this guy with like a mask, and he had like his chest out, and he was in some like.
I knew some certain things like that, but I don't remember that specifically.
It was on the news or something, but
okay.
Yeah, we just had the camera out and we stopped by it, and then we just started asking people what they thought about it.
Wow.
And then we're just getting all these different, like, you can make a video out of whatever if you, I don't know, if you want to, like,
yeah,
you put the effort in to get it. But yeah, no, we started asking people all these questions, and then like a week later, it was on like on the news, and then like on Reddit and everything about this like thing that got painted on the wall. But yeah, no, it's weird to see when you get out there, you start to see how like closely related everything is.
So why aren't these videos coming out?
I could not tell you.
I have to talk to Darlo about it.
There was we did the very first one. We went to the car meet in Kellyville.
Yeah.
And we went and like ran amok at like a park or some shit, just like
doing the thing.
Yeah, just doing what we do. And then the next one, I think him and Jag went to that basketball game out front of St. Mark's on Conor Greasby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they filmed that.
There's a lot of things that's happening.
Oh shit, I don't know if I can say this, I don't know if I'm like spoiling it for Cooper. I'll just give it away, like I'm just giving away the whole lineup, bro. Shit.
No, hold on. We'll text. I promise you, we'll text Darlo. Yeah, you text him.
Yeah,
I'll tell him. Let me know.
We gotta make a reminder or something.
We'll cut everything out.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah,
whatever it is. But all right. Well, we actually hit the limit anyway, so we hit 50 minutes.
50 minutes.
Yeah, that plus the other one as well.
Can't just keep going.
We can if you want it.
Yeah, we could.
All right, let's go, bro. So, why wouldn't you want to make videos? You were saying, you're interested in a bunch of different things.
Yeah.
Was video making, besides competitive nature, was there anything else besides that?
Yeah, well, like I did, like I was saying before, like I did enjoy making like a piece for someone to spend their time watching, but like you were saying before, you put 10% in this, 10% in that. If you just add something else to that percentage of effort goes down for everything else. So it really is. It's easy to see why so many people don't know what they're doing in life, because there's so many options, bro. When you go to a restaurant or something and you got 100 things on the menu, you're sitting there for like an hour, like, I don't know. But if you go to a restaurant with 2 things on the menu, a burger or a pizza, you're gonna pick it in 2 seconds.
Yeah, it is hard because it's not even about what people have interests. It's like is that really what you're going to be interested in for the rest of your life?
Mm.
Or if you had that one thing that is going to make you remembered, it's going to make, put your effort in, is this the one thing you want to do?
Mm. But I feel like it gets like represented as like a plan that you should follow to get to that like point of being where you want to be in life. But I feel like it's more.
Talk to me about that plan. What do you mean by that?
Like you shouldn't, I don't know. I feel like the world is forever changing. You don't know what's around the corner next. Your plan can get shit on in a second. So
very true.
You may as well make principles instead of plans to deal with whatever comes around the corner.
I like what you mean by that. Principles besides plans. I like that.
Like instead of rules and like have rules and that instead of trying to figure out and plan it out like 10 years into the future because
you don't know what's going to happen.
COVID hits again, like all this other stuff happens. Like you don't know.
Yeah. Are you a risk taker?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why's that?
It's fun.
So it's a enjoyment from it, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I know sometimes in my head, like I shouldn't be taking risks, but it just happens.
Hey, but like, people who want to accomplish stuff are the people who are the risk takers, you know?
Well, they're smart risk takers. I've taken a lot of risks in my life that didn't need to be taken. They were just taken because who cares?
Yeah.
But yeah, I needed to take some very stupid risks to be able to learn the hard way that there's some risks that they're not worth it.
Yeah.
But
now I know we just talked about, having a 10-year plan. You can't plan for anything and it's all this kind of stuff. But like, if we were to put that perspective, a 10-year plan on you, what would be the things in that 10-year plan?
Well, the course I'm doing now at TAFE goes for 3 years. Well, it's like 4 years, but you can get signed off after 3. But
Yep.
Yeah, I want to get skills. Like, I want to. I haven't really figured it out in my head because I'm kind of in the midst of getting through, like learning what I'm learning now at work.
Yeah.
But yeah, like even going through TAFE again for a second round through a different course would be an option that I would totally think about doing.
Yeah.
But it's not even.
Yeah.
But it's not even for the position. It's just because something that I'm interested in, man. I feel like you get that feeling that, if I have a lot of money, I'll be able to like be happy. And I'm not saying like money like buys happiness, it buys crazy ass happiness. Like if you can get a lot of money, bro, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
They say money can't buy happiness. You can make yourself happy with money, bro. But that's like a hard route to figure out that plan to make a lot of money. So why don't I just spend my time on something that might not be like crazy money, but I'll be happy while I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Which even the job I'm working at now, I told my boss there, like, I don't know whether I'm going to love this job after like 3 months or like whatever. So he put me on as a trade assistant. I worked there for 3-4 months towards, I think it was straight after HSE because the term for TAFE started in like February the next year. So I worked there for like 3-4 months and I was still loving it. And then, he was like, do you want to start as an apprentice here? And I was like, for sure, man.
Yeah.
And then, it's probably been 6-7 months since I started there and I'm still loving it. So
it's kind of mature of you to do that. You literally said to him, I'm not sure if I'm going to be here for 3 months because I don't know what I want to do.
Yeah.
And they're like people, some people just don't do that. People just, they don't say that kind of phrase or don't say that. And it forces them, like starting apprenticeship and leaving after 3 months. That's a waste of not just your time.
His time as well.
That's right. Their resources, because they're training you for hopefully when you become better, you work for them, you continue that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of mature of you when you say, I don't know, and then you still love it.
Yeah. Well, he was a really nice guy. His name's Julio, my boss, but he's a really nice, genuine guy, and I didn't want to be the opposite to him.
Of course.
But he treats me really well as an employee there, and it's like it's a tight knit group there. There's probably like 7, 8 people on the shop floor there, but yeah, no, it's good. I really enjoy it because when I was working, when I was in school, the place I was working at was it's probably like 80 people on the shop floor.
Yeah.
And when you have a group over like 10, I mean, you see it in school, everyone divides into their groups of similar interests, and then it all gets divided, and then instead of talking between people, it's groups talking between groups, and then
it's all split up.
all the meaning just gets diluted, and but yeah, it's crystal clear there when there's not many people.
So you finish your apprenticeship. What do you become from there? And are you excited for that end of that? Does that make sense? Like,
yeah.
So what do you become after your apprenticeship?
I become a tradesman, and I have the course is called fitting machining.
Okay.
I'm a fitter machinist, and it's more about learning engineering drawings and what everything means in the drawings, like tolerances, how like something can differ in size or how much it can, and then just all the different symbols that you have in the drawings, and then you start learning about all the tools and everything, all the like, because we work on like lathes and mills, and I don't know, when I first started working there, even before I started the apprenticeship, my boss started getting me on all the mills and everything, and they're computer operated, and they all work off like codes and everything. So if I have like M6 or something, coolant will start coming out, or like a G1 code is for the mill to move in a certain direction. Like, do you remember like Cartesian planes at school, like your X and Y axis and your Z as well, and then you get 3 dimensions? Well, that's what majority of the codes are based off in the milling machines. There's a big mill, you can put like an end mill on there, and that can cut stuff when it's spinning from any side. So if you spin that at like 3,000 RPM and you go Y20, X40,
and it goes
and you put in a feed rate, and it will just move and start cutting whatever you want, and you can build whatever you want out of that if you know how to
code it properly. You get very excited about these kind of things.
Yeah, I'm pretty gassed. Well, it's just like, I don't know, I not many people have that thing, and I don't want to be ungrateful for it. Like, I get this enjoyment out of it, and it doesn't seem like it's slowing up anytime soon. So yeah, I don't know, I feel like during high school and everything, there was that much going on there. It was so much of a distraction to like what I actually wanted to do. And then
I want to hold that right. What are your views on high school distracting you from what you actually want to do? Like, does high school distract a lot of us?
No, I distracted myself being in that environment.
Talk to me about that.
You see a lot of people in high school who still can have all their social groups and everything, and still be able to put their head down, pen to paper, and get everything done.
They just work like that.
Yeah, well, when there's that many people and you got this big social hierarchy, I don't know, I kind of went ham and just got in over my head in it. Got a bit too involved, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I enjoyed it while it lasted though. Yeah.
Was year 12 a memorable thing for you?
To a degree, yeah.
What does that mean?
Well, after I left St. Mark's, like, it was kind of, you remember what the state of like school was socially and everything in year 9. Imagine not being at St. Mark's or John 23rd, the whole thing, and then being plopped into that school in year 9.
Yeah.
And you don't know what the past is of everyone around you, and you're like in this new place, and you kind of just have to adjust. But yeah, I could see it when I went to Model Farms. It was the same shit, but just a different smell. Like, there was all these like dramas and stuff going on, which I don't know, kept me entertained. But yeah, it was good because I felt morally like involved when I was at St. Mark's, because I spent a lot of time with the people there. But then when I moved to Model Farms, it was just the same type of dramas, but I didn't really know any of the people. So I don't know, I I didn't have that connection that I did.
Yeah.
But I was still just enjoying it while I was there because, yeah.
Now, one of the last things I want to talk to you about, right?
Mm.
Darlo.
Yes.
When did that friendship revolve? Because I can assume that you two were friends in high school when, St. Mark's. But, like, when did that friendship rekindle? Or did it always stay like that?
Oh, we didn't talk for a bit.
Yeah.
But I think when I started, what was it? I couldn't tell you now because we were kind of around the same group in St. Mark's and that.
Yeah.
But then after I left, there wasn't really that contact there. But it could have been when I started going to the gym with Jag, and Jag's close friends with Cooper.
Yeah.
And then we just met and we're like, why haven't we been doing this sooner? And then, yeah, it just kept going.
Darlo's a cool guy.
Yeah,
Darlo's
he's
a cool guy. Darlo's a cool guy.
Yeah. He's one of the most genuine blokes I know on the face of the earth, eh?
I don't know if Darlo's going to watch this. He probably will.
He will watch it.
But, like, Darlo's like, whatever he says, he means.
Yeah.
Like, he won't tell you shit. Like he just,
yeah.
if he says, like, oh, do you need anything? He'll do anything for you.
A dog's human nature.
You saw that?
Yeah. No, I only know that because I watched it. But I seen it and I was like, yeah, you would have said that.
That was such a tough one. Yeah. Because I get what he's saying. Like, I talked to him about it and he goes, like, he's trying to explain, like, a dog's human nature. And I'm like, oh.
These dogs have human qualities, man. Nah, you know what? Maybe we just weren't looking deep enough.
We should have really thought about that.
Yeah.
Well, Vincent, thank you very much for talking on the podcast today. It was good to actually talk to you for a while because you haven't talked to me since Darlo's party, and that was,
That was a while ago.
people were drunk and people weren't drunk and everything was just
I was
crazy.
pretty drunk.
So it's good seeing you here today, mate. Thank you very much for listening on Spotify. Thank you very much for watching on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Vincent.
It has been your boy, Vinny G. I'm Trouble on a Beat, and I just did a podcast with my boy, Cooper, MOORE.
You've been saving that one, haven't you?
Yeah.
You're like thinking in the car, what do I say?
How did you know, bro? It hasn't been in the car. It's been this whole week, man.
Do you have any kind of social media that you like want, like, a
I
shout
forgot
out?
my username, bro. 1 second, guys.
Just hold the phone, guys.
You can get me at Vince for you __.
I'll put it up on the screen so it makes it a little bit easier.
You will see it.
Thanks, Vincent. Thanks, everyone, and talk to you all later.
All the crazy shit I did to me, that would be the best therapy for me.